Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Swift Challenger Sport 554. These videos are essentially a basic setup and how-to guide on the operations of your caravan. So, starting off at the front, you've got your black hitch head just here, and then black lever. To get it onto the tow ball itself, pull up the hitch head and pull up the black lever, then wind down the jockey wheel onto the tow ball. This black lever will snap down, pushing up this red button and exposing a green ring. Handbrake just here, and then you've got your towing electrics just there. It is 13 pin, so if your car does have 7 pin adaptation, you will need an adapter, but all the lights and everything will get checked through your car as well. Then your jockey wheel just there. 2 points either side and 2 points at the back. You have inserts for your legs. The caravan itself comes with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill to make it a bit quicker. Do not attempt to jack up or level the caravan using the legs. They are simply used for stabilisation. First level using your jockey wheel to stabilise using all 4 corner steadies. Using our test equipment today, so just here I have a red propane gas bottle. Now you can use butane, but I always try and get people to use propane as possible. I've got an in-date gas hose just here, and this gas hose connects up onto that regulator. You then nip it up using a spanner. You don't want it ridiculous. You don't want it ridiculously tight. It's just essentially hand tightening it to the point where you can't do it anymore, and maybe like a quarter turn with the spanner just to nip it up. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist the gas in the positive or open direction. Moving along this side, first up you have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice and clean. And just here I've got our Testac roll full of fresh drinking water, and then our water pump. So water pump can't be removed without pressing in this trigger. Press in the trigger and pull out. They are a little stiff. You've got this blue cap to go over the top of the ACK roll so no nastiness gets in. Then at the bottom you have your strainer. Your strainer is used to get the water inside, but it is vital that this sits at the bottom of the barrel. If it doesn't sit at the bottom of the barrel, it will just gas through air and essentially not work. You can also see they do have a little bit of a tendency to curl up, so you can either straighten it out before every use or get yourself some PVC piping or something like that and insert it that way. Then just next to it you've got your battery locker, so there's your battery fitted on this model here. Then you have insert for your mains just there. For your mains, just push it in. Simple as that. The battery is used for your motor mover and also used for your 12 volt adaptation. Motor mover we will go over on the day of the collection. Just there you have 2 inserts, and that is where your wastewater from both your shower and your sink will come from. You'll need a 28.5mm waste pipe to feed into a waste master that you can then empty out at the appropriate point on site. Then lastly, we've got your toilet functions. This top compartment here, this is for your flush capacity. So it can hold around 12 litres, but you don't want to overfill it, so I'd always recommend the maximum 10. And then you can also add a little bit of pink chemical which works as a bleach without being corrosive and also makes it smell a bit nicer. And then just below you have your cassette toilet. To remove the cassette toilet once it's full, press up on the orange handle and pull out just like so. Now what you can also do, pull that out and extend it out, and it turns into like a carry-on suitcase. Then once you're at your emptying point on site, twist that orange head to the side, open up that cap there. You want to tilt, and at the same time it's tilting, continually pressing that button there to vent. Once you've done that, this is only a recommendation. What I tell people to do, twist that open, feed in some fresh water, shut it back up, as otherwise it's not going to work properly if you haven't shut it up. A little bit of a shake, and again tilt and vent. Then on your cap you have measurements of both imperial and metric, and that is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes into there, twists on just like so, twist it back to the side, push it back so that orange handle sits behind those white teeth, as then without pulling it up it can't be removed. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two tanks full, so to fully empty that flush tank capacity you have a little bung here to drain it out. The caravan will be fully drained for you when you leave with the caravan. Then underneath your right hand side seat you have first your boiler, which you can access by just pulling that bit up there. Then there we go, we're still recording. That yellow switch there is your drain valve. When it's in the horizontal position as it is now, that's allowing the flow of water to come through. When it's vertically lifted, that is in the drain mode. Now, as I said, we are going to drain off the caravan for you before you leave. That silver box there, that is your brain box for your motor mover. If you have another caravan in the future, it may be a slightly different colour, and that is just dependent on the make and model. Just here we have your battery charger. Then on the top we have both your fuses and your trips. All your trips in the upright position and all your fuses in the correct slot. At the top you can see both spare, heating and hot water and charging are all illuminated, meaning that all those components are working. You then have a reverse polarity button and then also a system shutdown button just here. You press in that system shutdown button, nothing inside the caravan is able to operate. It is essentially the kill switch. Then just here you have a little bit more information on your trips and fuses, telling you what they're for if you ever need to replace them. Just here we have your Truma control panel. Now this is for your heating and hot water. This is a dial, but it's also a button to press in on. Then you have your back button here. First one, caravan or motorhome in that case, with a thermometer in it. That is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. Goes up to a maximum of 30, and then to select, just press in on the button, go back to it, and you can see it's selected. Just put it off for now though. Next you've got your water heat. So you have a few different settings, so you can either have it strictly off, so no hot water will come out, 40 degrees, 60 degrees, or boost. Boost will boost the temperature of the caravan for 15 minutes and then drop it back down to eco afterwards, or 40. So ideal if you want to use the shower. Next up you've got your energy source for heating, so you can either run off strictly gas, mixture of gas and 1 kilowatt, mixture of gas and 2 kilowatt, strictly electric with 1 kilowatt, or strictly electric with 2 kilowatts. So you can either run gas mains or a mixture of both. Then if I go back to the internal temperature, put it on something quickly, I have fan speed of either eco or high. Eco is a steady rate, and high will essentially just push out the air from the vents a lot faster. Turn that off for now though, because it's a hot day. Then we've got timer just here. So what this essentially does, it allows you to start when you'd like the heating and the hot water to come on and when you'd like it to finish. You first put in the time when you'd like it to start and then finish. Then got your actual time. You just input the correct time, to be honest. It is a 12 or 24 hour clock. You can change it in your settings. If you'd like to have a little bit more information on the settings though, please have a look inside your book pack. We have set up this in a way that is the most user friendly to use. But if you'd like to know a little bit more about the settings, it's on the spanner icon, few bits, index brightness, language, reset or offset. Then to turn off this actual thing, you press and hold in on this button, turns itself off. Then just here we have your main control panel. So power on there by pressing in that button. You can see mains are coming into the caravan. If I was plugged into my car, you would see that light come on. I can view the levels of either the electric battery or the vehicle battery by pressing in that view levels button there. As you can see right now, 14 volts are coming into the caravan. if it was a case I wasn't plugged into mains, that would give me the correct voltage coming from the leisure battery. Then got the water pump button here. You press in on the water pump, the pump will kick in. Then it's a case of coming over to your tap, opening up on both hot and cold, and what you're looking for is that nice steady stream. Run the taps for about 30 seconds or so once you've first plugged in. Make sure there's no coughs or splutters. If there is, go outside, check your strainer, make sure it's sat at the bottom of the barrel, and the boiler will automatically refill itself once water's been taken out. But quick summary: power, water pump and levels. Then we've got your hob grill and oven operation. So this works standard to any sort of cooker that you may have at home. Only difference is electric plate, just put it to the correct mark that you want and it will get to that temperature. Everything else, it's a case of pressing it on the dial, twisting it to the side, feeding the gas through and pressing the igniter. This is what it looks like when they're all lit. As you can see here, nice blue clean continuous flames. Turn that off, flick them back to the central position. Then this is what it looks like for the grill. As you can see, both sides nice and lit, and turn it off back to the central position. And lastly, the oven. There you can see, oven nice and lit as well. Only other real thing to note, don't put down this glass sheet until all of these are cold to the touch and travel with the glass sheet down. And just here we have your Dometic fridge operation. So to turn this on, you press and hold in on this button here, and it will flash up with some LEDs. There we go. So you have 3 different choices for what you want to run it on. Right now it's gas, so you can hear gas is gradually ticking in. Then once the gas stops ticking, that means it is lit. Usually takes about 20 or so seconds to do so. Then we've got your mains by pressing in that button just there. And then you have battery. Now that is not your leisure battery, that is your car battery. So when I press it now, begin to flash up and beep at me because it's a hazard and not working. Then you have the temperature gauge, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. 5 being the most powerful, so it's going to chill it the quickest. When the fridge is on, as you can see, it turns blue inside. Then to turn this off, press and hold there, no more LEDs. Then lastly, we have your toilet operation, which is quite simple. Button here, press it in, and you can hear that motor. That motor is what would push out any water inside the flush tank system into the bog. Then at the bottom, got a handle here, push it away from you, opens up the catch below, pull it back and shuts it up. When the cassette toilet is full, there'll be a red button coming on underneath that icon telling you to empty it. Simple as that.